Our collective efforts to bring visibility to the unknown and to the unseen are often the first step towards progress, because we can't include what we can't see. And so visibility also makes our world more equal. So let's take a really simple example. Birth records. They're a powerful piece of paper that most of us in this room probably take for granted. But legally acknowledging a person's birth from the day that she's born makes that person feel counted. It makes her feel counted by the systems that are designed to protect and to nourish her. And it allows our governments to be able to design their health and education systems on an accurate understanding of their populations. By knowing the real age of a child, we can take the first steps towards protecting her from exploitation, be it child labor, forced marriage, or forced enrollment in the armed forces. And it's hard to believe that something so simple as a birth record can make such a big difference in a child's life. But to me, it's even harder to believe that almost half of the world's children are still undocumented. So let's take one more example from another issue that's really important to me. As nearly as 2 decades ago, the global HIV and AIDS crisis was considered unsolvable. Not only because the drugs were actually too expensive, but also because health systems in developing countries were too weak to bear the burden of the disease. And the stigma of AIDS rendered those that were suffering with the virus invisible to us. We weren't able to save lives or reduce the rates of infection because we couldn't even identify who was positive. But the global community came together, and together we started to bring visibility to those that suffered. We were able to start to begin to erase the stigma and to put people on treatment plans and to start to educate on prevention. Health workers and researchers around the world work tirelessly to innovate new methods of testing and diagnostic services so that even people living in the most remote areas were able to get tested and provided with treatment that could help to save their lives. And today, we can say that an AIDS-free generation is within our reach. We were able to design an adequate response to the crisis because we took that first critical step of visibility.